Referees for tonight's events: Jens Christian Everson, Leslie Huckins. Your starters for tonight's events: Kazumi Iguchi, David Cooper, and the Technical Swimming Committee Commission for tonight's event: Chairperson Craig Hunter, Vice Chairperson Peyoran Yuan, and Honorary Secretary Jay Thomas. Technical officials, you may now take your seats.
Melbourne at dusk, the lights of the city illuminating the skyscrapers of the Victorian capital. A city of 5 million people, lucky enough to live in what's been internationally acclaimed as the most friendly city in the world. A city boasting spectacular sporting facilities, including the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre on the shores of Albert Park Lake. This is the setting for the 16th FINA World 25 metre Championships. Yes, we're into the second of 6 days of competition. The first night of finals was sensational. Tonight promises to be much of the same, maybe even better, although that would be hard to achieve. I'm Mike McCann. Bobby Hurley, welcome along to you. What a start we had last night, and what a terrific program we had ahead of us tonight.
Yeah, 5 gold medals last night, 2 to the host nation of Australia, with Lani Pallister winning the 400 freestyle, and she'll start favourite in tonight's 800 freestyle as well. So really developing into a hometown hero is Pallister, and that Australian women's team breaking the world record in the women's relay.
Well, this is what's ahead of us. We have 2 relays. We start with a mixed 4x50 medley relay. That will be exciting, and we'll also have a 4x2 freestyle relay at the back end of the program. But the 800 free, the 100 freestyle semi-finals, boy, there's a lot to look forward to. And as I mentioned, the last of the events will be the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay. We had a world record for both the men and the women in the 4x1. Gee, this record in the 4x2 for women is on shaky ground.
Yeah, certainly is. Emma McKeon won't race in that 4x200 free relay tonight, but she will swim the individual 100 freestyle semi-final. She dead heated in her race this morning, and she lines up next to defending champion Siobhan Jorge. Jordan Crooks, wasn't this guy impressive? He upstaged Popovich to be the fastest qualifier in the men's 100 free, ahead of the world record holder Kyle Chalmers and the Frenchman Maxime Grousseau. So a new name entering the sprint freestyle races, and that's Jordan Crooks of the Cayman Islands. He'll be side by side with Chalmers in semi-final 2.
As we meet the officials who are overseeing the competition, and they must have been as excited. They've got to be neutral. They've got to stay in the zone, the officials. But, boy, there was a lot to enjoy last night. Yes, you mentioned Jordan Crooks. What an incredible performance that was as the fastest qualifier in the blue ribbon event That's the men's 100 metres freestyle. And we've also got Dylan Carter. Now, Trinidad and Tobago have never won a gold medal, but that could change tonight.
Yeah, well, Carter was the silver medalist in the 50 fly last year in Abu Dhabi and the bronze medalist from the Hangzhou World Champs in 2018. He'll be looking for gold. He's got the world record holders Sabo and Santos in that race. Just as we go to the warm-up pool, that was Popovic on screen, the 18-year-old Romanian world record holder. There's Adam Peaty. Doesn't he stand out amongst swimmers with that red cap? Peaty racing first up in the mixed relay. That's our first final tonight. And also in the individual 100 breaststroke semi-final. So getting a good stretch in, and the Australian women's team there. A couple of debutant Dolphins on screen.
Yes, we're going to start with that mixed 4x50 metres medley relay. And if you're unfamiliar with that, that means, of course, all 4 strokes being a medley, and 2 men, 2 women. And it's up to the team management to decide which swimmer swims which particular stroke. So in some cases you start with 2 females, some cases 2 males, some cases you mix them up. And that means that, of course, with the variety of strokes as well, the lead can change dramatically in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, well, the Australian team got that one a little bit wrong this morning when their B squad missed the final, so they won't compete in this first one.
The first race, the mixed 4x50 metres medley relay. The Netherlands, the world record holders, at 1:36.18.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first event of the evening is the mixed 4x50 meter medley relay. Swimming in lane 8, representing Canada, Mont, Acevedo, Caroon, and McNeil.
Canada in 8, that's a strong team. It could surprise Mass in the backstroke. Maggie McNeil swimming freestyle at the end.
Swimming in lane 1, People's Republic of China, Wang, Yin, Zheng, and Wu.
China are leading off with 2 men swimming the backstroke and the breaststroke. The female swimmers, the butterfly.
In lane 7, representing Italy, Mora, Martigneghi, Di Pietro, and Coconcelli.
Leading off with their males, Mora and Martigneghi. They will be out in front early, the Italian squad.
Lane 2, representing Japan, Takahashi, Niyama, Soma, and Matsui.
And on the other hand, Japan are going to alternate them. They'll start off with a female, then a male, then female, and a male will bring them home with a freestyle. They hope to be within striking
distance.
Lane 6,
representing Netherlands, Toussaint, Corbeau, De Boer, and De Boer.
The Netherlands in 6. They're the world record holders from last year in Abu Dhabi. We'll see if they can back that up here in Melbourne.
Swimming in lane 3, representing Great Britain, Harris, Peaty, Proud, and Hopkins.
Well, the 2 big guns for Great Britain, Peaty and Proud, will be swimming the middle leg. So female, male, male, female for Great Britain.
Swimming in lane 5, representing Germany, Braunschweig, Ellen, Kusch, and Kohler.
Team from Germany in 5, Anna Alent, the breaststroker. She's the only female swimming the breaststroke leg
and swimming
in the
in
entire
4,
field.
United States of America, Murphy, Fink, Douglas, and Huss.
And the Americans are going to fire their big shots early with Ryan Murphy and Nick Fink. Kate Douglas and Tori Husk swimming the butterfly in the freestyle.
Well, it's a complete swap for the United States. Their heat team almost broke the world record this morning. We'll see what their final squad can do tonight, but that world mark's in big danger.
It's going to be intriguing to watch this race unfold. The mixed 4x50 metres medley relay final. The United States and Germany in 4 and 5, with Great Britain in lane 3. China, the United States and Italy expected to carve out a decent lead by the halfway mark. Those 3 teams are all going male, male in the first 2 legs.
Take your marks.
Away we go. Murphy leading off the United States, and China being led off by Wang. Italy in lane number 7 by Mora.
Oh, look at them scattered on screen already. Murphy off well, he flips first there in the middle lanes for the United States. Murphy out in front, Mora from Italy. As we mentioned, male on the front 2 legs for these 2 nations, and it looks like the United States with an early lead. Quick lead off from Murphy, 22.3.
Fink in the water now for the USA. The Italians have Martinenghi across their China trying to stay there with Jan, but it's the United States and Italy setting the pace.
Yeah, Fink's the defending world champion in this 50 breaststroke, so Martinenghi trying to reel him in, but the Italians just sitting in second spot at the moment, and it's a big gap to China in third, but this is where the race will change. Now we get some females diving in. That's Kate Douglas in the middle for the United States swimming butterfly, and Di Pietro for the Italian team.
So they've got themselves a good lead, the Americans. Also the Italians out there in second place. It's China in third, Germany in fourth place. But now the males come into play, as Bob mentioned. And this is going to be a fascinating finish. The Americans still leading into the last leg. Tori Husk is there.
Oh, they're not going to catch the United States. They're 4.6 seconds under world record split. And even though they anchored with a male on the world record, Tori Husk should have enough in the tank to smash this mark.
The world record standing at 1:36.18. That is about to disappear, you would think, as Husk goes in and takes gold and the world record for the USA. Italy take the silver, the Netherlands the bronze. It is another world record. Number 3 here at the World Championships.
Well, 3 out of 3 world marks have gone down in the relay events here in Melbourne. A fast pull, and they've obliterated that world mark by over a second, 1.03 seconds. Ryan Murphy, Nick Fink, Kate Douglas and Tori Husk. Well done to the United States. There was Murphy, 22.37, leading off one of the fastest 50-metre backstrokes we've ever seen. He leads off with a gold medal tonight. He will start favourite in the 100 backstroke as well. And there's Tori Husk underwater with a big lead, jumping in for the freestyle leg. The Netherlands flew home. They had Tom de Boer, one of the only males swimming the freestyle leg. There he is, second from the bottom, charging home for bronze for the Netherlands team. And Italy holding on for silver. And they are reviewing this result as we speak.
Word coming through, Bobby. All clear. We're yet to post that result, but it looks as if they will get the green light. And what a performance by the United States. Murphy, Fink, Douglas and Husk. And Tori Husk gets the congratulations from her teammates. Well, perhaps it wasn't the green light just yet. Still waiting. The mixed 4x50 metres medley relay. Well, they, as I mentioned, fired their big shots early with Murphy and Fink. They established a good lead.
Yeah, and Murphy in fine form here in Melbourne. He showed great form there. He's going to be extremely difficult to beat in the 100 backstroke later today.
Word coming through. That review continues. It's either continues or there's a second review, but whatever. This result is not yet official.
It looks like, just on our screen right now, they might be reviewing the changeover from the Netherlands. Tom de Boer, the freestyler, and potentially a changeover from the German team as well, who touched in fourth, so third and fourth could be under review. Obviously the swimmers have to touch the wall before the following swimmer is allowed to leave the blocks and dive in. And they're getting cold on pool deck, the American team.
So if the Netherlands are being reviewed and Germany fourth and fifth, or third and fourth, that brings Canada, who are fifth, into play. And I think the problem is with lane 6, the Netherlands.
It's lane 5, the German team there, right of the yellow lanes. Potentially that swimmer is the one in question. In fact, it could be the German and the Dutch team, as you said. That's the German team. The butterfly touching the wall now, bottom of the yellow lanes. That looks pretty clean to me. but the Netherlands team in 6. This is De Boer about to jump in. He's on the chase. Yeah, a little bit early there for Tom De Boer.
The change between the second and third leg swimmers for Germany is the problem. Word is Germany's been disqualified. Let's get these results official. We know it's a world record for the United States and 2 disqualifications, Germany and the Netherlands, so Canada jumped from 5th to the bronze medal. The USA, gold, Italy, silver, Canada, bronze. Sensations. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, hearts beating a little faster there for a moment, Nick. Everyone's breathing a little bit easier. A way to start the night, though, world record for Team America.
Yeah, that was a goal of ours, and we knew we could get it, especially with these 3 guys with me. And I think we all put up a good race, and we got the session started for Team USA, and we're happy about that.
Certainly did. Yes, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go, Team USA, a check for $25,000 and a new world record.
The women's 800 metres freestyle is coming your way next. Katie Ledecky holding that world record. She set it just 6 weeks ago, 7:57.42.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the fastest heat of the women's 800 meters freestyle. Swimming in lane 8, representing Singapore, Gan Ching-Hui.
Julian Cox, in fact, from the United States, swimming in lane 8, 17-year-old on her
Lane
international
7,
debut.
representing New Zealand, Erica Fairweather.
That's Fairweather walking out on screen. Silver medalist from the 400 freestyle.
Representing
She'll swim in lane
Turkey
7.
in lane 2, Merva Tunso.
And so, in lane number 6, it's Tunsil.
In lane 6, representing Japan,
So
Namba
keep our eyes
Miyu.
on this.
This looks like Miyu Namba, the Japanese swimmer in 6, Olympian in Tokyo
In
last
lane 3,
year.
representing People's Republic of China, Zhang Qi.
And the 21-year-old from China in lane 3. Okay, this means that Gan is a non-starter from
In
Singapore.
lane 5, representing United States of America, Leah Smith.
Veteran Leah Smith, second fastest
And in lane
qualifier
4,
here, bronze medalist
representing
in the 400
Australia,
last night.
Lonnie Pallister.
Lani Pallister. To the roar of the crowd, the winner of the 400 last night.
In lane 8, representing United States of America, Jillian Cox.
So Pallister looking for a second gold medal here. She was 4th at the World Championships in Budapest in the 400. She won the 400 here last night. Excellent form. Smith, the big rival. The women's 800 metres freestyle. Pallister looking for gold medal number 2. Smith from the United States in 5. So it's Lani Pallister backing up from 24 hours ago. What a popular win that was here in Melbourne, and she is the favourite here, and she's away nicely. Smith, 4th at the World Championships in Budapest. The main danger in lane number 5, but this is a strong start by Pallister.
Yeah, she likes to take these races out fast from the start, and as we heard in her earlier interview, she gets more comfortable the longer these races go. And the 400-metre champion from last night, Pallister, she will be tough to beat here as well. The fastest seed coming in fact, was the championship record holder from last year. That was Li Bingji, the Chinese swimmer, who unfortunately tested positive for COVID upon arriving in Melbourne and has had to withdraw from her racing this week. And it's been a bit of good fortune for Pallister after taking gold. Fairweather down there in silver. She pushed Pallister last night in that final the whole way. And Leah Smith in lane 5. She was a bronze medalist in that 400. So all 3 podium place getters lining up for this 800-metre final tonight. And we will see Pallister and Fairweather swim the 4x200 freestyle relay at the conclusion of tonight's session.
Lani Pallister looking very confident and composed as she goes down towards the 150-metre mark. She has led from the outset, and it's a very handy lead already with 26 laps to go. It's a long, long way, of course, but she was in great form last night, and she looks like she's full of confidence here. In second place, in lane number 7, Fairweather, who pushed her all the way in the 400 metres, the New Zealander.
Yeah, well, Fairweather faded towards that last 100 metres or so in the 400 final, so I wouldn't think she would have enough in the tank to chase Pallister down. Leah Smith, she is that endurance type of swimmer. She won this event back in 2016 in Windsor and also won the bronze medal in 2018 before having a few lean years of her career, and she's really burst back onto the international scene in the last 12 months or so. But this is a big lead from Pallister over the field and Pallister over Smith, so it could be going any better right now for Lani Pallister this race and the whole World Championships in general.
And of course, the other event that she'll be looking at, well, not only that one, but the 1500 metres. There was talk about her swimming the 4x2 freestyle relay tonight. I don't think she's going to, well, she is, she's in that as well. So, but in terms of these longer events, relays aside, she's taken the 400. She's well on top in the early stages of this middle distance, the 800 metres, and the 1500 metres of weights as well. So she is looking to bag some riches here. Pallister, as she goes down towards the 300-metre mark. So 300 metres of elapsed, 500 to go. And she's got a lead of almost 2.5 seconds now over Fairweather. She's swimming out of lane number 7.
Yeah, really good even splitting there from Pallister. You can see just how she streamlines so well off the wall without doing any dolphin kicks. Just brings her legs in over that first few strokes and then relaxes again. She's almost doing this as if it's a pulling event, and those legs are just dragging behind. But we will see at the end of the race, she'll bring in that big 6-beat kick and try and make a sprint for it. And we saw her race a few months ago in Sydney at the Australian trials. And at that point of the season, she did remarkably well. She wasn't too far off world record pace in the 400 and the 1500, but of course, ever so recently, Katie Ledecky just chopped a couple of seconds off those world records and had probably put them out of reach. But Pallister, even coming from a surf life-saving background, so skillful in the pool, in and out of those turns right on 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 0.23. Her entry time's 8:07. She'll be looking to get as far under that mark as she can and try and creep towards that 8-minute barrier.
The lead's out to around 3 seconds now over Fairweather in second place, and then there's 3 of them vying for third at the moment. In lane 5, Smith, Mamba in 6, and across in lane number 3, it is Zhang. This has been something of a renaissance year for Lani Pallister. She's still only 20 years of age, but she almost gave the sport away. Up until the Tokyo Olympics, she was disillusioned. She missed the Australian team by 1 spot on 4 occasions. And as she said, that's enough to break your heart into little pieces. And it was only by watching the Tokyo Olympics that she thought, I want to get involved again. But she had to overcome health issues, quite a few of them. And she's been able to do so. And this is a terrific year as far as she's concerned.
Yeah, well, she's obviously got the pedigree. And she was a star at the World Junior Championships in 2019, winning multiple gold medals, and everything was pointing towards an Olympic berth in Tokyo last year, but different problems arose and she was unable to get a spot on that Australian team. And for a junior star, that could be quite disheartening to know that it's another 3 or 4 or 3 years on this occasion towards the next Olympic Games. But it was a big family decision for her mum and coach Janelle to move to Griffith University on the Gold Coast and join the powerhouse squad of Michael Bowl, and that's just really helped Lani Pallister, just get her training and everything outside of the pool back on track, and you can see the potential that she shows in the pool. She's a class above. This is the World Championship final here, and Pallister's got at least 10 metres over Fairweather and 15 metres on the rest of the field.
Just over 200 metres to go in the women's 800 metres freestyle. The fastest heat, effectively the final. And Lani Pallister of Australia is doing this all by herself. She's got a big lead. It's over 5 seconds towards the bottom of the screen. Second at the moment is Erica Fairweather, who was the silver medalist behind Pallister in the 400 24 hours ago. And Pallister is really clearing away. It's tight for third between Jang in 3, Smith in 5 and Namba in lane number 6. But with 150 to go, Lani Pallister is streaking away towards another gold medal.
Yeah, well, she split 2:02 on that third 200 metres, so she's really been consistent the whole race, and we know she can still bring those legs in and finish off strongly. So she's it's going to be a little bit over 8 minutes. When we look on the all-time rankings, only 3 women in history have gone under 8 minutes, and only 6 women have gone under 8:04. So she's really challenging those all-time rankings. Here we go with 100 to go, 7:03.6. You'd like to think she could be home in around about a minute or faster, and I'm sure the crowd's going to try and push Pallister not only to another gold medal, but to one of the fastest times in history.
So 75 to go. Fairweather in second. She's just trailing Pallister by some margin now. She can just see in the middle of the pool in lane 4, the Australian. There is Fairweather right at the bottom. It's a big, big margin. The bell, the beautiful sound of the bell for Lani Pallister. And she's heading for gold medal number 2. Fairweather in second. Namba has taken over in third in lane number 6 for Japan, beating off the challenge of Leah Smith. But this is a wonderful performance by Lani Pallister. She turns for the last time, and she's heading home, about to collect another gold medal. It was 400 metres last night. Double the distance here, double the joy. Another gold medal to Lani Pallister of Australia. The silver taken by Fairweather. Namba, the bronze medal for Japan. And Smith it is in 4th placing. But this is great joy for Lani Pallister.
2 gold medals in 2 nights for Lani Pallister. There's her mother in the stands. What a performance, 8:04.07. She becomes the 7th fastest woman in history in this event. And she did it comfortably. She really only brought the legs in at the end of that race. So she might be just saving a bit of energy. She will feature on that relay later tonight for the strong Australian women's team. But to kick things off here on night 2 of finals, a 2nd gold medal for Pallister, 3rd for the meet for the Australian team. They go back on top of the medal tally, only early stages, but just a world-class performance from Lani Pallister. She's really asserted herself as a star here at the World Championships in Melbourne.
Great cause of celebration in the stands there for the Australian contingent. Lani Pallister. She's taken a while to become the star that she is. Pallister winning in 8:04.07, another gold medal to her. Fairweather in 2nd place for the silver, 8:10.41, and Namba of Japan taking the bronze.
Lani looking so strong out there. It was the 400 last night, the 800 tonight. You're obviously feeling good, just completely dominated that race.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to take it out. You know, I was really happy with the way that I raced the 400 last night. So I had that confidence kind of coming into it and just tried to forget about, you know, hurting and that sort of thing throughout the race and just kind of put it on the line.
And I know you sort of feel more comfortable as we move into these longer distances. There's one more to go, the 15. Are we going to do a hat trick?
Hopefully, you know, it's so exciting racing in front of a home crowd, and I'm just loving being here, loving racing and loving the process, I guess, behind it. I've fallen in love with the sport again after last year, so hopefully the end of the week is magic, but I'll see what happens.
Congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, a new world champion, Lani Pallister.
Mum in the stands, Dawn Fraser in the stands as well. A lot to celebrate. And, what a year she's having. Leaving COVID and everything else behind, and now winning golds. The women's 100 metres freestyle, it's semi-final time.
Please
Kate
welcome
Campbell
the swimmers
with the
to
world record.
semi-final number 1 of the women's 100-meter freestyle. Swimming in lane 8, representing Brazil, Stephanie Balducini.
Balducini, the 18-year-old Brazilian, swam personal best time this morning to qualify for these semi-finals.
Swimming in lane 1, representing Great Britain, Anna Hopkins.
Anna Hopkins, 7th in the Tokyo Olympic final. Representing Great Britain, she has lane 1.
Swimming in lane 7, representing Sweden, Sarah Univik.
Univik from Sweden in 7, already a semi-finalist in the 50 butterfly here at these championships.
Swimming in lane 2, representing Sweden, Michelle Coleman.
29-year-old veteran from Sweden, Michelle Coleman in lane 2.
In lane 6, representing Canada, Taylor Ruck.
Taylor Ruck's back, just only 22 years of age, the owner of 4 Olympic medals.
Swimming in lane 3, representing United States of America, Tori Huss.
Tori Huss with another swim. She swam in the mixed relay a short time ago. She's the bronze medalist from Budapest.
Swimming in lane 5, representing France, Beryl Castadello.
Castadello in 5, the silver medalist from Abu Dhabi in the 100 IM. Now
Swimming
racing the freestyle.
in lane 4, representing Netherlands, Marit Steenbergen.
And Steenbergen from the Netherlands in lane number 4, also a finalist in Abu Dhabi. She finished in 8th place in this event. So this is the first of the semis. Semi-final number 1 of the women's 100 metres freestyle. Steenbergen, Gastadello, 4 and 5. Husk and Ruck in 3 and 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, semi-final number 1, the women's 100-meter freestyle.
Steenbergen tied with Emma McKeon this morning in the heats. Michelle Coleman on screen. 2 Swedish swimmers in this semi-final.
Husk away well, that's not surprising. She's in lane 3 alongside Steenbergen. Steenbergen a little slow off the blocks, but flying out there, Gastadello in 5.
Yeah, she's a powerful sprinter, is Gastadello. Great start from Univik as well. Still underwater in that yellow cap of Sweden, but can't quite match it in the freestyle stroke on top of the water. It's Gastadello that's gone out hard, as has Husk. They turn first and second. 24 seconds there. It's that white cap of Gastadello. She's got great turns, an individual medley medalist from last year, as we mentioned, so a really skillful swimmer. But we'll see. Watch for Steenbergen in that black cap is coming home now in the middle.
Yes, in lane number 4, Steenbergen's thrown down the challenge. Husker's going with it. Gastadello. It is Steenbergen, I think, who's going to take it out. The Dutch woman Steenbergen from Gastadello. And in 3rd place, it was Tori Husk, 51.85. Semi-final number 1.
Yeah, personal best time there for Marit Steenbergen. Strong 200-metre background, so we know she can finish off these races. She did the same next to Emma McKeon this morning to get her hand on the wall at exactly the same time. And tonight, the only swimmer under 52 seconds. Thumbs up to coach. That'll get her safely through to the final tomorrow.
The results of the first semi, Steenbergen from Gastadello and Husk, Taylor Ruck 4th, winning time 51.85.
Please welcome the swimmers in semifinal number 2 of the women's 100-meter freestyle. In lane 8, representing Iceland, Sarah Jorunadottir.
Jorunadottir in lane 8 from Iceland, 22 years of age,
In lane
personal
1,
best this morning.
representing People's Republic of China, Tang Yujie.
Zhang Yujie of China, 17-year-old in lane 1. The time this morning, 53.03.
In lane 7, representing United States of America, Natalie Hines.
Hines from the United States spun the heats yesterday in the 4x100 freestyle relay.
In lane 2, representing Poland, Katarzyna Wojcik.
30 years of age, Katarzyna Wojcik. She just missed the medals in this event in Abu Dhabi in a 4th placing.
In lane 6, representing Czech Republic, Barbara Semenova.
Semenova in 6. Still only 22 years of age. We've seen her plenty of times at this
In lane
level.
3, representing Australia, Madison Wilson.
Maddie Wilson, part of that world record-breaking 4x100 metres freestyle relay team.
In lane 5, representing Australia, Emma McKeon.
As was this woman, she anchored that team home. 49.9, fastest
And in
relay
lane
split
4,
in history.
representing Hong Kong, China, Siobhan Haughey.
And Siobhan Haughey of Hong Kong, she has been in wonderful form over the last 18 months in particular. She's the defending champion, and she was the silver medalist at the Tokyo Olympics. Semi-final number 2 of the women's 100 metres freestyle. Haughey in lane number 4 and McKeon, the hometown favourite, in 5.
Yes, I thought we'd have to wait for the final before we saw Haughey and McKeon side by side. They haven't raced each other
Ladies and
since
gentlemen,
the Olympic Games in
semi-final
Tokyo
number
last
2
year.
of the women's 100-meter freestyle.
Semi-final 2, so it's the Olympic gold and silver medalists alongside each other in 5 and 4. McKeon, Australia, Haughey of Hong Kong.
Yeah, Haughey off the blocks better than this morning, but well beaten underwater. She's last to turn at the 25-metre mark, and that easy speed of Emma McKeon just gets her out first through that first lap. So McKeon just starts to build into this 50-metre wall. She's got a strong 200-metre background, so we know she can really issue a strong second half of these 100 freestyles. But Haughey, let's watch for Haughey. She's the 200 short course world record holder, and she's making a strong move now in those middle lanes.
And in lane 7 as well, it's Natalie Hines. Hines is in second place, but she's 4 tenths of a second behind McKeon. McKeon in the yellow cap in lane 5. They're starting to come at her, Haughey and Wilson, but McKeon's looking good. McKeon does it comfortably. Haughey second, and Wilson in third, with Hines fading to 4th. Semi-final 2.
51.28, fastest time through the semi-finals for Emma McKeon. She ticks that one off the box. She's got a load of racing here in Melbourne through the individual and relay events. She showed us last night what she is capable of doing. Today, I think that was a controlled semi-final. She got out to a big lead through that first 25 from Haughey. Well beaten off the start is Haughey. We'll see if she can fix that up in the next 24 hours, and she'll need to if she wants to challenge McKeon.
McKeon 51.28, the winner of semi-final 2 of the women's 100 freestyle. Haughey and Wilson second and third. So the final will look like this, with McKeon in lane 4 and Haughey on 5. They're flanked by Wilson and Steenbergen, Gastadello, Huss, Hines and Ruck. And Wojcik misses out with 52.4. She'll be the first reserve. So no real surprises there.
We'll see if McKeon can challenge that world record. 50.25 from Kate Campbell 5 years ago.
The men's 100 metres freestyle is coming up next. The semi-finals. Kyle Chalmers will be in semi-final 2, the world record holder.
Semi-final number 1 of the men's 100 meters freestyle. In lane 8, representing Aruba, Mikkel Schroeder.
Schroeder's in lane 8. He's got a personal best of 47.01. An Olympian
in lane 1, representing
year.
Brazil, Pedro Passari.
Spizzati of Brazil has lane number 1 here with a qualifying time 46.94.
In lane 7, representing Spain, Sergio Estella Montauban.
Montalban from Spain in 7. This is his World Championship
In
debut
lane
at
2,
22 years of age.
representing Austria, Heiko Gickler.
Austria with a representative here in the semi-finals, Heiko Giggler, a time of 46.64.
In lane 6, representing Egypt, Yusuf Ramazan.
Ramadan in 6. 4th place last year in Abu Dhabi in the 100 butterfly.
In lane 3, representing Republic of Korea, Hwang Sun-woo.
Hwang Sun-woo was a finalist in Tokyo and he finished 6th in Abu Dhabi.
In lane 5, representing Romania, David Popovic.
And his first time racing down under. Popovic, the long course world record holder, swimming from 5.
In lane 4, representing France, Maxime Grousset.
Maxime Grousset back in the water after swimming that relay. The silver medalist from the World Championships in Budapest, and he was 4th at the Olympics. Big, strong man. Plenty of power in his stroke. This is the first of 2 semi-finals, the men's 100 metres freestyle. Grousset and Popovic, the sensation from Romania. He's in 5.
Yeah, not as strong in the short course pool as Popovic. There he is on camera. All skin and bones, still at 18 years of age. His swimming speed is unmatched. But the power of Grousset, watch him off the start and the turns. He's in fine form here, as is the whole French team.
Grousset away well, so too Popovic alongside him in lane number 5, and first to show out in lane 6, Ramadan. He took it out very hard this morning as well.
Yeah, he's got great skills, this Ramadan. It's Giggler who gets his feet on the wall first there in lane 2. It's a much better start from Popovic than what we saw from the heats. He's just falling back there in lane 5, but we know what he can do across the back end of this one. So Grousset turns forward first in lane 4. He's got a commanding lead. He can look across both sides of the pool now in the middle and just see where his competitors are. We'll see if Hwang and Popovic can chase him down.
Popovic moving into second place as they turn to bring it home, but Grousset's looking comfortable. Popovic, who prefers the long course pool rather than the 25, he's going to finish second. Grousset, world junior record from Popovic though. Never underestimate him. So he finishes second and lowers the world junior mark. It was at 46.11. The winning time for Grousset, 45.58. And this new world junior record, 45.91.
Yeah, he takes the world junior mark but doesn't take the semi-final. That goes to Maxime Grousset. Strong performance there in the middle of the pool. Anything in the 45s is a really world-class swim. So he throws the benchmark down. We'll force some more big name swimmers come in the next semi. And here it is. That's the last turn, I believe. Popovic was taking ground off him, especially that last 10 meters, but just couldn't match him off the push off the walls. So come into the finish. Grousset has really asserted himself both in the long course and the short course pool. Silver medalist in the 100 free in Budapest behind Popovic, but gets on top of him here in Melbourne. Just the semis though.
The result of semi-final 1 with Rousseau taking it out, 45.58. That World Junior mark lowered now to 45.91 for Popovic.
Right now.
Some big names coming up in a moment in semi-final 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the athletes in semifinal number 2 of the men's 100-meter freestyle. In lane 8, representing Australia, Matthew Temple.
Matt Temple, the Victorian, swimming in lane 8 here. Butterfly specialist.
In lane 1, representing Great Britain, Lewis Edward Burrows.
Great Britain with 2 swimmers here. Barris looking cool as a cucumber as he comes out. He's in lane 1, 7th at the World Championships.
In lane 7, representing People's Republic of China, Fan Zhongli.
Pan from China. The 18-year-old was 4th in Budapest this summer.
In lane 2, representing Great Britain, Tom Dean.
Second of the British swimmers, Tom Dean. He was the gold medalist in the 200 metres freestyle at the Olympics. Second in this event at the Commonwealth Games.
Representing Italy, Thomas Cecco.
Cecco there, a backstroke world record holder. Also swam on that relay, that won gold last night in Melbourne.
In lane 3, representing Italy, Alessandro Maressi.
Second for the Italians there, Maressi. Part of that relay team as well. He is the defending champion.
In lane 5, representing Australia, Kyle Somers.
Crowd roars for the world record holder, Kyle
And in
Chalmers.
lane 4, representing Cayman Islands, Jordan Crooks.
And how about this fellow from the Cayman Islands, Jordan Crooks, comes into the semis as the fastest qualifier. He's been impressing in the United States, where he attends university, and he's brought that form to the World Championships, the Cayman Islands. A great story. Semi-final 2 of the men's 100 freestyle. Jordan Crooks in 4, Kyle Chalmers, the world record holder, in 5.
Chalmers on screen there, had the fastest split out of all the relay swimmers last night. But watch for Crooks across his first 50. He really flew this morning from an unseeded heat. Now he's in the centre of the pool.
Crooks away well, got a better start than Chalmers. The world record standing at 44.84. We'll keep an eye on that. Could it fall? Who knows? But Crooks it is, who flies down the first 25 in front. In second place, Maressi and Chalmers next.
Oh, it was tight off the turn, but look at that underwater there from Crooks. Powered away, he's got about a half body length lead over Chalmers. Turns in 21.6. Chalmers is back in 4th, but we know how strong he is across the last 2 laps. And it's a solid looking swim already from Jordan Crooks, the 20-year-old from the Cayman Islands. He's going to be under pressure across this last lap as the world record holder starts to hunt him down.
Chalmers has to pull out all stops now. He moves up maybe to second. Crooks still in front. Crooks is going to win this. Second place, Maressi. Oh no, Chalmers just touched out Maressi. So Crooks, and then Chalmers, and then Maressi. And this fellow from the Cayman Islands might just win a gold medal here tomorrow night.
Well, he's impressing race after race after race. And it's one thing to go 45 in the morning out of an unseeded heat. It's another thing to win the semi-final next to the world record holder in his home country. So a beautiful swim there from Jordan Crooks. Improves by 6/100ths of a second, but more importantly, executes under the most pressure he's ever been in his career. This is the finish. Chalmers there in that yellow cap. Above him, Maressi, the defending champ. Not far away, all 6'8" of Maressi, but it's the youngster from Cayman. He'll swim from lane 4 tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all our swimmers, the women's and men's 100 freestyle semi-final.
Not too much between them on the touch there for second and third, but Crooks didn't worry about that. He was in front of both Maressi and Chalmers. Result of semi-final 2, Crooks 45-55, 45-66 for Chalmers, and 45-74 for Moresi. So 8/100ths of a second separating second and third. But the winner, Jordan Crooks of the Cayman Islands. Looking through to the final then, Crooks will start in lane 4. Brousseau is there, Chalmers, Moresi, Popovic. Gee, what a final we've got coming up. Check on. And then Pan and Dean. And one misses out, position number 9 with 46-41.
Yeah, 5 swimmers going 45 in the semi-finals here in Melbourne. Incredible racing, and hard to pick a clear favourite tomorrow for that final. Chalmers, the world record holder and Olympic champion from 6 years ago, of course, going to be extremely tough to beat, and won't he want to win in front of his home fans? But Crooks, Popovic, Brousseau and Moresi, the challenges are there.
Yes, we're about to have the first of our ceremonies. That'll be coming up shortly for the mixed medley relay. 4x50 mixed medley relay, and we had a world record. Not for the first time with the relays, in fact 3 relays decided, and 3 world records. Tori Husk anchoring the United States. So the medal ceremony, the mixed 4x50.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the mixed 4x50 meter medley relay. The medals will be presented by World Aquatics Vice President, Mr. Juan Carlos Orejuela. World Aquatics Bureau Member, Mr. Khalil Al-Jabir. And Swimming Victoria President, Mr. Hayden Collins. Winners of the bronze medal, Canada. Mas, Acevedo, Karun, and McNeil.
Canada elevated by virtue
winners of the silver medal,
of the Netherlands and
Italy. Mora, Martinenghi, Di Pietro, and Cocconcelli. World champions and winners of the gold medal and new world record holders, United States of America.
The USA.
Murphy, Fink, Douglas, Huss.
1:35.15, lowering the mark by over a second that had been set by the Netherlands in 2021.
Yeah, Murphy kicked things off with a personal best in the 50 backstroke, 22.37. Becomes the 3rd fastest performer in history, and he'll race the 100 backstroke final from lane 4 in 13 minutes time. So it's a gold medal right now. We'll see in moments if Murphy can make it 2 golds tonight for the United States. Nick Fink there on camera, swimming the 2nd fastest breaststroke split of the field. Kate Douglas, winner of the 200 individual medley last night, receiving her 2nd gold medal of the championships. And Tori Husk, the busy Tori Husk, racing in the flies, the backs, the frees and the relays. She won 6 or 7 medals in Abu Dhabi last year, and she might be on pace to do the same here in Melbourne.
And the medalists, of course, receiving their gold, silver and bronze, and also their unique Indigenous artwork provided here at the FINA World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of United States of America. Melbourne, give it up for your medalists.
So the first of
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the final of the women's 100-meter backstroke. Swimming in lane 8, representing Netherlands, Kira Toussaint.
Toussaint walking out now,
Swimming
out of
in
lane 8.
1, representing United States of America, Isabel Staden.
So in lane number 1, it's Staden of the United
Swimming
States, the
in lane
20-year-old
7,
American.
representing Australia, Hayley McEwen.
Hayley McEwen, the long course world record holder in this event, Olympic champion as well.
In lane 2, representing Canada, Kylie Ma.
Kylie Maas, silver medalist, Tokyo, Budapest, Abu Dhabi, Birmingham.
Swimming
Waiting for gold.
in lane 6, representing Sweden, Louise Hansen.
Defending champion, Louise Hansen, 6'2". She's going to need that reach coming down onto the
Swimming
finish.
in lane 3, representing United States of America, Claire Curzan.
Curzan, bronze medalist from the Budapest Long Course World Championships, lane 3.
Swimming in lane 5, representing Canada, Ingrid Will.
She surprised a lot last night in the semis. Will qualify second fastest. Second
And
of the
swimming in lane
Canadians.
4, representing Australia, Molly O'Callaghan.
And Molly O'Callaghan, Molly O as they call her, the Australian fastest qualifier here, lane 4. The winner of the 100 metres freestyle at the World Titles in Budapest. The women's 100 metres backstroke final now. Australia and Canada, lanes 4 and 5 with O'Callaghan and Will. Great race coming up.
Well, we knew O'Callaghan would be good in the short course pool but we didn't see her. I think she'd swim out of lane 4 in this final. Wilm as well, she's going to be strong. 2 Canadians in this field. But the class of Mass and McEwen on those outside lanes. Let's see what Kaylee McEwen can do in this final.
Away, the women's 100 metres backstroke final with Molly O'Callaghan turning a hand to backstroke, and the fastest qualifier here. Big start, lane 6, Louise Hansen, the defending champ.
She had the best of the underwaters, turning first there in the blue suit and the blue cap from Sweden. You can see that's McEwen popping up early. She just can't match it underwater with the best kickers in the world. And Hansen on top there in lane 6. Moving through now is O'Callaghan. So strong opening 50 from O'Callaghan. Watch for Kaylee McEwen. She probably won't come through to that last 25 metres, but she's closer than she was last night at this point in the race.
The defending champion in the blue, that is Louise Hansen. O'Callaghan's right there with her. In fact, the Australian's taken over. And McEwen is in second place in lane 7. It's Australia 1-2 at the moment, but it's awfully tight. O'Callaghan challenged now by Curson. It's going to be O'Callaghan. Almighty. Oh no, it was McEwen. The other Australian down in lane 7. It's an Australian victory. It goes to Kaylee McEwen just when it seemed as if a teammate was primed for gold.
That gets the crowd on their feet. The Australians go first and second. The class of Kaylee McEwen shining through across that last 25 metres. She stormed home. No one can match her speed on top of the water. And she takes the 4th gold medal for the Australian team at these World Championships. Second from the bottom. She was a little slow through the semi-finals in an outside lane, which is unusual for McEwen. And she's always the first to pop up off the start and the turns. Doesn't have the strength under the water, but just her speed's on top of the water. The long course world record holder on the right of screen there, McEwen on the left, both the yellow caps of the Australians, and it's a tight finish. Not much separating the top 5 there. Australia 1-2, Curzon from the United States 3rd. Hansen and Mass off the podium, big upset there.
Kaylee McEwen. The result of the women's 100 metres backstroke. Australia go 1-2, gold and silver. McEwen from O'Callaghan. Curzon of the United States, the bronze.
Kaylee, congratulations. A fantastic finish for that race. World champion, bronze last night. It's got to be nice to take that bronze and to do it Aussie 1-2, right?
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. It really helps with the crowd, so thank you to all you guys cheering us along. Yeah, it's amazing.
And Molly as well, obviously that world record last night, backing it up with another world medal, a silver medal. It's got to be a great way to start your individual campaign.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm typically doing freestyle, so to do backstroke is kind of nice. But racing alongside Kaylee is just fantastic, and she's such an inspiration too. So it's really nice to be up on the podium with her.
I tell you what, I think you guys both inspired a lot of people out there and a lot of people at home tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia 1-2. Give it up for Kaylee McEwen and
Great scenes here. A lot to celebrate for the home fans. So it was McEwen in lane 7. Just touching out O'Callaghan. Another gold to Australia. Well, we have the men's event coming up next, the men's 100 back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the final of the men's 100-meter backstroke. Swimming in lane 8, representing France, Tomac.
Tomac from France, in lane 8.
Swimming in lane 1, representing Australia, Isaac Allen Cooper.
18-year-old. He's had an indifferent year for various reasons. His first World
Swimming
Championship
in lane
final.
7, representing South Africa, Peter Kotze.
Second of the 18-year-olds. It's Kotze from South Africa in 7. African record last night,
Swimming in lane
49.85.
2, representing France, Johan Indoy-Brouard.
Brouard was fourth at the Budapest World Championships. The Frenchman in lane 2.
Swimming in lane 6, representing Greece, Apostolos Christou.
Christou swimming in lane 6. Finalist in both sprint backstroke events in Budapest, looking for his first World Championship
In
medal.
lane 3, representing Italy, Lorenzo Mora.
Mora, the Italian, in lane number 3. He was a finalist in this event at Abu Dhabi. He finished 8th. He'll like to improve upon that here.
Representing Poland, Kasper Stokowski.
Stokowski, 5. Looks like he's come straight off the plane from Poland with those gloves. 49.3 last night.
And Ryan Murphy, the silver medalist from Budapest, a gold medalist early this evening in the mixed medley relay. He's in 4.
Captain of the United States team. You can see that red C hanging proudly on his jersey.
The men's 100 backstroke final then. Murphy looking for his second gold medal of the night. Lane 4.
Murphy won this event back in 2018, and he had a blistering lead-off earlier tonight in that mixed medley relay, leading his team to a world record. And the experience of Murphy, he'll play his games. He's taking a long time to get undressed here, and all the competitors are just following him. They're just waiting for him to take off his jacket before they do the same. They don't want to get cold behind the blocks. Murphy, one of the first to take off his shirt, in fact. Still waiting for Stokowski there. And Cooper with the vest still on up in lane 1. So a bit of cat and mouse being played here by the boys in this backstroke final.
Ryan Murphy, 27-year-old American. Stokowski in lane 5 for Poland. Murphy away well off the wall there. The silver medalist from the Budapest World Championships. Stokowski alongside him. A little bit between them in the start. Mora going nicely in 3.
Yeah, Mora with a fantastic start, but Murphy, he's so dominant when it comes to the turns, and he's able to hold that speed across all 3. So there he is in the top of the yellow lanes in that black cap, pushing the world record line, turning quick, 23.4. It's under world record split. That world mark stands at 48.33. He's dominating this field, Murphy. He might have the world record in his mind.
As he turns at the 75-metre mark, it's Murphy in front. In second place, Cooper of Australia in lane 1. And we'll keep an eye on the world record. 48.33. It's Murphy in front. And now in second place, it's Mora. And it is Murphy in the championship record time. Mora takes the silver. And Cooper the bronze medal. Ryan Murphy, the world champion.
Wow, he gave that world mark a big push. 48.50 championship record for Ryan Murphy. He dominates that final and delivers the second gold medal of the night for the United States team. A real leader of this team. And he's in career best form at 27 years of age. Taking his second world title in this event. And just 0.17 off that world mark too. Great swim from Mora as well, the Italian, 49.0 to place second. And Cooper from Australia gets the bronze. There's Murphy off the start. Not much separated them. You've got to be a world-class underwater kicker to be competitive in this field. But when it came to the turns, they couldn't match him. That's the margin off the last wall. You can see how deep they go to make sure they can get 9, 10 or 11 kicks, which is extremely painful to do on the legs and on the lungs. And here at the finish, Mora was right there, almost riding that lane rope which we don't often see in backstroke. But Murphy, big personal best time. Second fastest in history now with that swim. And he might get a chance at that world record later on in the meet, leading off the medley relay.
Checking on the results, the men's 100 back. Yes, a championship record here. Ryan Murphy, his second gold medal of the evening. Silver to Mora and bronze to Cooper.
Well, Ryan, almost twice in one night, but championship record, second fastest in history for that swim. Sort of carrying that energy from that medley into that one. You're looking pretty good out there for taking some time off.
Yeah, I mean, after this summer, definitely took some time off, and I think that was good. Just kind of like build the motivation towards the sport again. And then coming out here, it's awesome to swim in Australia. In the US, we hear about how passionate the Australian fans are, and you can feel that energy.
Well, it's awesome to have him here, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Now, looking forward, world champion, you know, you're back, you're obviously in fine form. Moving forward into the next couple of years, is Paris the next thing, the main event that you're thinking towards?
Yeah, I mean, I like to work right to left, so, you know, Paris is kind of the end goal of this quad, this 3-year quad. I don't know what you'd call that, triad. So that's a big goal, but want to be really good at World Championships this upcoming summer. Wanted to be pretty solid here, so good checkpoint to start.
Oh, it's a great start, I tell you what. A world record, a championship record, and a world champion all in one night. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ryan Murphy.
What on Ryan Murphy. The Americans celebrating their second gold medal of the evening, having won the mixed 4x50 metre medley relay. So Australia's won 2 golds this evening, and the United States 2 golds as well. The second night of finals in this 6-day competition on the eve of Christmas. I hope you've done your Christmas shopping. If you're in Melbourne and you hadn't, maybe you need to buy an umbrella. It's that sort of weather. We've got a medal ceremony coming up shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 800-meter freestyle. The medals will be presented by Swimming Australia President, Dr. Michelle Gallen. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Japan, Mio Namba.
Namba taking the bronze medal that time of
Winner of the silver medal, representing New Zealand, Erica Fairweather.
2 events, 2 silvers for
World
Fairweather.
champion and winner of the gold medal, representing Australia, Lani Pallister.
Lani Pallister loves emerging from that Brighton beach box. Her mum delighted. Janelle Elford.
Japan getting their first medal of the championships. Namba with a strong swim to claim bronze. Fairweather gets her second silver of these championships. Second for New Zealand, both behind Pallister. Going to be a strong swimmer in the future. Still only 18 is Erica Fairweather. But 2 golds in 2 nights for Lani Pallister. She is named on the Australian team for the 4x200 freestyle relay to come in about 45 minutes time. She's having a wonderful World Championships. The crowd are appreciating her efforts here. A part of this strong Australian team and powerful women's team as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia.
for Lani. And she's got one over her mum now. Her mum, Janelle Elford, swam the 800 metres, this event at the Seoul Olympics in 1988. She went on to the Commonwealth Games in Auckland in 1990. She was a member of the 4x2 freestyle relay team that won the gold medal. She took silver in the 800 in Auckland. Also a bronze medal in the 400. And here at the World Championships, the short course championships, her daughter, Lani Pallister, is double gold, and there could be more to come.
Yeah, certainly could be more to come for Pallister and the Australian team. Successful first 2 days here in Melbourne. And the crowd are enjoying their time here at the World Championships. 15 years since the World Champs have come to Melbourne. There's Pallister with her mum and dad and her mentor, Dawn Fraser. The great Dawn Fraser, always a regular on poolside.
And if you're unfamiliar with your swimming history going back that far, Dawn Fraser, I'm sure you'd know of Ian Thorpe. Well, Dawn Fraser is as big a name in Australia as Ian Thorpe in terms of swimming. She is number one in terms of the women. Of course, Emma McKean's doing some pretty good things now, but Dawn Fraser has etched her name in history, and here she is, well and truly in her 80s, and she's at every session here and cheering on the Australians.
Yeah, I think when you win an Olympic gold medal in your home country, that puts you on a different stratosphere, and not many have done that. Fraser in 56, Thorpe in 2000.
She won the 103 successive Olympics. Righto, we've got to move on. The women's 100 metres breaststroke now. It's semi-final time. We will see the world record holder in action.
Yang from China.
Swimming in lane 1, representing Finland.
5:28 was her qualifying time this morning.
Holko has lane 1 here. She turned 24 just 2 days ago. So
swimming in lane 7, representing Great Britain, Imogen Clark.
Clark from Great Britain, 23-year-old. Won a medal at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this year.
In lane 2, representing Canada, Sydney Pickram.
Here's the 25-year-old Canadian, Sydney Pickram, lane 2 in the semi-final, first semi-final here.
In lane 6, representing Japan,
Riona Aoki from Japan, Olympian last year in her home country.
In lane 3, representing Germany, Anna Alent.
Anna Alent was the silver medalist at the Budapest World Championships, the 21-year-old German.
In lane 5, representing People's Republic of China, Tang Qianting.
Defending champion Tang from China, only 18. She won the gold in Abu Dhabi last year.
Representing South Africa, Laura Van Niekerk.
And the teenager from South Africa, Van Niekerk, the winner of the Commonwealth Games gold medal just a few months ago. This is the field for the first semi-final of the women's 100 metres breaststroke. Van Niekerk and Tang, the defending champion, the Chinese swimmer in 5.
Yeah, the two teenagers in the middle of the pool. Van Niekerk there just taking her time before she takes that jacket off. She's got a lot of speed to burn. Bronze medalist in the 50 breast at the long course world champs. The two swimmers from China, Tang in 5 especially, likes to take this race out aggressively.
Away they go. quickly off the blocks there. Holko in lane number 1, the flying Finn, Van Niekerk and Tang in 4 and 5, and coming up quickly. And in front of the field, Tang, and also alongside Aoki in 6.
Yeah, the swimmers in 5, 6 and 7. Not much separates them. That's Tang, Aoki and Imogen Clark there in that red cap from Great Britain. So Tang in that orange suit, just sitting in about second. Van Niekerk in lane 4, starting to move through. She had a really strong second 50 metres in the heat this morning, which is unusual for her when she's got so much early speed. So we'll see if Van Niekerk can come through, and Holko in lane 1 with a strong third 25.
Yes, it's Aoki who continues to lead here as they turn for the last time. Now Van Niekerk has moved away into second place, and Tang, the defending champion, holding down third. She'll want to bring it home hard. It's lane 6 from 5 and 4. Aoki, Tang, Van Niekerk, and Tang is trying to, Aoki is trying to hold on, and she is able to. Aoki it is who wins semi-final 1 over Tang.
Aoki, 4.1, takes the first semi-final, tight on the finish there. Wasn't an overly fast semi-final. Saw a couple of 103 swims this morning, but she will move safely through the final. Off the dive there, nothing separates the swimmers, almost like synchronized swimming. That's the 75-meter turn. Tang there in the orange suit, powerful off the pull-out. But Aoki on top of the water, having the best of the strokes. That's the finish there. Aoki by 0.2 of a second, but really tight for those minor places.
27 years of age, the most experienced in the field, and Aoki taking out semi-final 1 from Van Niekerk and Tang. Lent of Germany was in 4th placing, so that's semi-final 1. Semi-final 2 will feature Ruta Meliatita in lane number 4.
Semi-final number 2 in the women's 100 meters breaststroke. Swimming in lane 8, representing France, Charlotte Bonnet.
Bonnet in lane 8. We're used to seeing Bonnet in the 100 and 200 freestyle.
In lane 1,
here in the breaststroke.
Pilato.
Italian Pilato. She's the world champion from Budapest. She's just snuck in lane number 1 here.
Lane 7, representing Denmark, Pam Blomsterberg.
Blomsterberg from Denmark in 7. 104.74 this morning for the 20-year-old.
In lane 2, representing Sweden, Sophie Hansen.
Sophie Hansen, well credentialed here, the silver medalist at Abu Dhabi, 6th in Tokyo, and 6th in Budapest.
In lane 6, representing Japan, Fukasawa Mai.
Mai Fukasawa, lane 6, on debut here at the World Champs at the ripe age of 24.
Representing Netherlands, Tess Schouten.
Tess Schouten of the Netherlands, she recorded a time in the heats of 104.22. She's earned lane 3.
In lane 5, representing United States of America, Lily King.
King in 5, the long course world record holder.
And in lane 4, representing Lithuania, Ruta Meliatita.
And Ruta Meliatita, she's only 25 years of age, you know, but she was a gold medalist at the London Olympics 10 years ago as a 15-year-old. Most recently 3rd at the world titles in Budapest. So the world record holder, Meliatita, in lane number 4 here in semi-final 2 of the women's 100 breaststroke, King in 5.
Yeah, big names in this second semi-final. Fukasawa from Japan. Hansen, the medalist from last year. Of course, in the middle of the pool, Meliatita and King. Meliatita is the joint world record holder in this event. That time set back in 2013. Very slow to get on the blocks is Meliatita. Yeah, the officials asking them to stand down. King was aware and didn't stand up on the blocks, but Pilato and Hansen were almost in that take your marks position.
Some fun and games being played by the swimmers at the start in these cool conditions. Melitite off the blocks quickly. This is semi-final 2. She's in 4. The joint world record holder, and she's away beautifully. King on her left shoulder, trying to go with her.
Oh, it was a monster start there from Ruta Melitite. So athletic off the blocks and powerful through that pull-out. That's why she's the world record holder. King moving through now in this second 25. She's pulled up level, King. Wasn't able to match her off the start, but really swimming aggressively on top of the water is King. They turn under world record pace, in fact, from Melitite. King not too far behind, and Pilato touching in third at the halfway mark.
The race in the middle of the pool, King went up and was almost on level terms. She's not far behind at the moment, but Melitite has reasserted her authority by 0.3 of a second as they turn in the last 25 now. The world record slipping away from Melitite. King giving it everything. Melitite and King swimming for a spot in the final. They'll both go through, no worries there. But psychologically, King takes the upper hand. King from Melitite.
She slaps the water, Lily King. Unusual celebration for just a semi-final. But she gets a mental victory, as you mentioned, over Melitite. 103.3 for King. 103.4 for Melitite. No shaking of the hands between King and Melitite after that race. You see off the start there just how quick Melitite is off the blocks. Powerful across that pull-out. Here's the dive. Melitite in the water just a couple of hundredths earlier, but with a lot more velocity, a lot more power through that first stroke. Coming down to the finish, King at the bottom of screen. Got on a full stroke there. Only 7/100ths of a second. King looks immediately to her left and slaps the water. A little bit of swagger back for Lily King.
Semi-final 2 going the way of the American King. 103.33 by 7/100ths of a second over Lithuania's Ruta Melitite. Test shooting third. So the final will be tomorrow night. King and Melitite in the yellow lanes. Aoki and Shute, Van Niekerk, Tang, Fukasawa and Alent. Sophie Hansen misses out. So that's the surprise. The men's 100 metres breaststroke semi-finals now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in semi-final number 1 in the men's 100-metre breaststroke. In lane 8, representing Czech Republic, Matej Zaboznik.
Simoniak from the Czech Republic, swimming out of lane 8, his first.
In lane 1, representing Australia, Joshua Young.
Joshua Young will have the crowd behind him, the Australian. He's in lane 1, he'll hear them over there.
In lane 7, representing France, Cara Atkasi.
Atkasi from France in lane 7, the 21-year-old, also competing at his first World Championships.
In lane 2, representing Netherlands, Casper Corbo.
Casper Corbo at 21 years of age, a qualifying time 57.53. He has lane 2.
In lane 6, representing Germany, Lucas Masserat.
Look at the size of this guy, Masserat from Germany, 6th in the World Championship final this summer in Budapest.
In lane 3, representing Japan, Watanabe Ife.
So Japan have swimmers in 3 and 4 alongside each other. Watanabe, this is in lane 3.
In lane 5, representing Great Britain, Adam Peaty.
Adam Peaty swimming out of lane 5, the long course world record holder, defending two-time Olympic champion.
Representing Japan, Hinamoto Yuya.
And the second of the Japanese swimmers here, Hinamoto, in lane number 4. Earning lane 4 with a time of 56.62. This is the first semi-final of the men's 100 metres breaststroke. Adam Peaty, the Olympic champion, is back in action in lane 5 after missing the World Championships in Budapest.
There's Peaty on screen. Swam the relay earlier tonight. Looked good in the heats this morning. Not a renowned short course swimmer. But watch him on top of the water. He'll be chasing down Hinamoto from Japan, who's above him in lane 4.
Adam Peaty is the big name to watch here in the red cap in lane number 5. He's an absolute dominant performer in this event and long course. He's had his injuries this year, but he's back in the pool and he leads them through the 25.
Oh, much better start there from Peaty. It's one of the best starts I've seen from him. He led through that first turn, but Hinamoto just got him underwater on that pull out. So it's the swimmers in the middle of the pool. Hinamoto might be there at the touch. No, it's Peaty by 0.1 of a second. About a half a second over world record pace. But we'll see what Peaty can do through the second part of this swim.
He's got Matsurat breathing down his neck in lane number 6 and Hinamoto on his right side as they turn the left side to bring it home. So Peaty in lane number 5 in the red cap. Now through in lane 4, Hinamoto, the best of the Japanese swimmers here, but it's Peaty too strong, and Adam Peaty takes out semi-final 1 for Great Britain. Hinamoto second, Matsurat in 4th.
Yeah, good swim there. A nod of the head. Faster than this morning. And he takes the first semi. He's a racer, Adam Peaty. He likes to win, whether it's a heat, a semi, or a final. And he wants to get back to those winning ways after a disappointing loss at the Commonwealth Games earlier this year. As you mentioned, rushed back from injury to race at a home Commonwealth Games. Didn't quite go as planned. But he's back here in Melbourne to test his skills, and they look better. His skills, the start and turn, on par with the rest of the swimmers. We know how dominant he is when it comes to the actual swimming part of this race. That was the winning margin. Peaty ahead of Hinamoto.
And Peaty takes out semi-final 1 in that time, 56.42, ahead of Hinamoto and Matsurat with Watanabe in 4th placing. So Adam Peaty is going to be very hard to beat come the final. Who will he be swimming against? We'll find out very, very shortly. Semi-final 2 coming up shortly. Martin Engi will be in lane number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in semi-final number 2 of the men's 100-meter breaststroke. In lane 8, representing Brazil, Caio Computas.
Computas in 8 from Brazil. Semi-finalist last year.
In lane 1, representing Turkey, Hüseyin Saki.
Saki in lane number 1, representing Turkey, 25-year-old.
In lane 7, representing Austria, Bernard Reishammer.
Reishammer from Austria. 4th in the 50 breast at the long course world champs.
In lane 2, representing Italy, Simone Sirasuolo.
Sirasuolo, Italy, in lane number 2 here, teenager, 19 years of age.
In lane 6, representing France, Antoine Vicarat.
France represented in lane 6. It's the 24-year-old Antoine Vicarat, 57.18 personal best this morning.
States of America, Nick Fink.
Nick Fink, he won the 50 in Budapest. He was 3rd in this event.
In lane 5, representing People's Republic of China, Jin Haiyang.
That's Kin in 5. Silver medalist in the 200 breaststroke at the 2018 World Championships.
And 4, representing Italy, Niccolo Martignetti.
And Martin Engi, the man who took the gold medal at Budapest, bronze at the Olympic Games. He brings a very good record into this semi-final. the Italian in 4. Semi-final 2 now of the men's 100 breaststroke, and the winner from the Budapest World Championships, Niccolò Martinenghi of Italy, is in lane 4.
This is the second semi-final of the men's 100-meter breaststroke.
Martinenghi on screen. Speed start powerful off these turns. He's got the 200-meter swimmer Kin alongside him.
So Martinenghi away well, so too Kin in lane number 5. And down there in lane number 7, Wright-Sammer is our early leader up to the first turn.
Oh, beautiful start from Wright-Sammer, but they already catch him through that first lap. It's Martinenghi in 4, out fast, just as we expected. And watch for Fink as well. The American was really successful in the short course breaststroke events last year in Abu Dhabi. Nothing separates them at the 50-meter mark. It's the Italians both touching in first. That's Terrasulo in 2. Martinenghi in the middle, Fink's there as well. It's a lot of black caps, and it might be Martinenghi just on top now.
As they turn for the last time, Martinenghi and King and Fink, they're the top 3. Fink moving into second place. Martinenghi is being challenged now by the American. It's lanes 3 and 4. Fink, Martinenghi getting on top. The Italian, the world champion from Budapest, takes out semi-final number 2. Fink second and Kin in third.
Fast swim as well from Martinenghi, 56.01. Quicker than what we saw from Petey in the previous heats. And he wins a tight one ahead of Nick Fink. There's a rivalry developing there, both on the podium in Abu Dhabi last year, both on the podium in Budapest just a few months ago.
Are about to feature heavily.
The medal ceremony for the women's 100-meter backstroke. The medals will be presented by World Aquatics Vice President, Mr. Antonio da Silva. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Canada, Ingrid Will.
So, might need to put some oil on those.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing United States of America, Claire Curzan.
Claire Curzan.
Winner of the silver medal, representing Australia, Molly O'Callaghan.
Molly O'Callaghan, silver medal.
champion and winner of the gold medal, representing Australia, Kaylee McEwen.
And Kaylee McEwen, to the delight of the crowd, gets another gold medal at international swimming. She won the 100 and the 200 at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Here she is, the world champion in her home water in Melbourne. So the dead heat for bronze, Kirsten and Will. Not a tall swimmer, but she's very fast across a range of events. Molly O'Callaghan, she accepts silver when it was so close to gold. And 21-year-old Kaylee McEwen, another gold medal to her collection. She prefers gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia. Melbourne, please give it up for our medalists.
Well, the Australian swimmers are having a good time of it here in the first 2 days of competition at the FINA World Championships. Another gold medal, this time to Kaylee McEwen. And remarkably, this is the first time Australia has won this event at the World 25-metre Championships. Emily Seebohm took the silver medal in Doha in 2014. That was the best performance up until now. Bronze to Minna Atherton in 2018, but no gold until now.
Remember that Minna Atherton's current world record holder, and she's on this Australian team, but just not quite strong enough to race this 100-metre distance. She will swim the 200 backstroke later at these championships. I think she's in the 50 as well. And you can see why the fastest two swimmers in the world right now are Australian. So McEwen, 2 individual medals already at these championships. And she's the world record holder in the 200 backstroke in the short course pool. So one of her main events still to come, and she'll feature in a couple of relays for the Australian team as well.
Some shopping required, I think, for Kaylee McEwen. Yes, going into these championships, Australia had won 79 gold medals at the short course championships, second only to the USA. Of course, they've added to that over the last couple of nights, but of those 79 gold medals, none at all in this event until Kaylee McEwen did it a few moments ago.
This is the finish here. McEwen on the bottom of screen in that yellow cap. O'Callaghan third from the top. Reaching, there's a dead heat for bronze as well. You can see how important the finish is when you're racing at this level and so much on the line. She doesn't know that she got the victory until it was confirmed on screen. And last year's champion, Louise Hansen, congratulates the new world champion, Kaylee McEwen.
Yes, it's been a great night for Australia with, of course, Lani Pallister taking out the 800 and now McEwen in the 100 back. So we've got another final coming up. This will be short and sweet, the women's 50 butterfly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the final of the women's 50-meter butterfly. Swimming in lane 8, representing Sweden, Sarah Univik.
You see Sarah Univik again, swimming in lane 8 here of this 50 butterfly. Very busy swimmer
Swimming
at these
in lane 1,
championships.
representing France, Gasparello.
So Gastardello has another swim. In fact, France with swimmers in 1 and 2 here. This is the 27-year-old Beryl Gastardello.
Representing United States of America, Claire Curzan.
Fresh after a medal in that 100 backstroke, Curzan lines up again, the 18-year-old swimming in lane 7.
Melanie Army.
There's the second of the French swimmers here. The 30-year-old Melanie Canique. Second at the Budapest
In
World
lane
Title.
6, representing Netherlands, Maaike de Waard.
It's the versatile Maaike de Waard. 9 medals in short course world championships for her. Looking for her first individual.
Representing United States of America, Tori Huss.
Tori Husk, a member of that winning relay team earlier on this evening, the winner of the 100 in Budapest.
In 5, representing People's Republic of China, Zhang Yufei.
Olympic champion in the 200 fly, that's Zhang Yufei, the 24-year-old.
And in lane 4, representing Canada, Murray McNeil.
And Maggie McNeil of Canada, our race favourite here, the Olympic 100-metre champion. Really good field. Next of the finals, the women's 50 metres butterfly with McNeil, the Olympic champion, in lane 4, Zhang Yufei of China in 5.
McNeil so strong off the turn. Can't quite match the power off the blocks or swimmers like Zhang and Husk. But if she's close at 25 metres, watch for McNeil to come off that turn and race home. There she is, the red suit of Canada.
Tori Husk, renowned as a great starter, alongside her in lane 3. And McNeil away nicely, so too Hennick in lane 2. May have got the best of the starts there as they go down towards this halfway point. Hennick is probably our leader at the moment as she turns in front. Husk in second place, and then a Zhang Yufei in third. McNeil's got a bit of work to do as they come home. And in lane number 4, McNeil starting to challenge. Oh, this is tight. This is very tight. Husk got it. In fact, a dead heat. A dead heat. Huss and McNeil, I knew it was tight, and it doesn't get any tighter than that. A dead heat for gold in the women's 50 butterfly.
They cannot be separated. Husk and McNeil, they've got to double check and confirm to see what's happened. The crowd is as surprised as they are. A tie for gold. McNeil in that red suit, she was a little slow off the blocks. She took 2 breaths on the first 25. The only swimmer to breathe so much. But as we said before the race, huge turn from McNeil. She turned in about 7th spot at the 25-metre mark, but coming up off that underwater, here's the turn now. She's in that red suit, clearly last to touch the wall, but an amazing underwater swimmer, as is Husk. They come up and down to the finish. This is the dead heat. McNeil reaches, but she's a little long, and Husk nails the finish. They tie. Zhang Yufei, oh, Zhang was ahead and glided into the wall. Just 0.5 of a second separating first through to 8th there. An amazing final.
Well, the time identical, 24.64 for Tori Husk and Maggie McNeil in the final of the women's 50 butterfly. They share gold. Bronze will go to Zhang Yufei of China. She was only 7/100ths of a second behind the joint winners.
Well, I tell you what, it's not something you see every day. Congratulations. We've got 2 new world champions, ladies and gentlemen. Tori Haas, Maggie McNeil. Maggie, it's a 50. It's a splash and dash. There's no room for error in that. How do you sort of prepare for a race? Or is it just go, go, go?
Well, the 50 is a relatively new event for me, so I'm kind of learning how to go out fast and still use my second half, even though there isn't really much of a second half to go, but I'm really happy with that.
Absolutely, and you, Tori, obviously a fantastic night for you. Earlier on with that relay and now back world champion. Great one for Team USA.
Yeah, it's been really exciting, and there's no team I'd rather be on. Thank you, Team USA. Hi, guys. So, yeah.
Look, congratulations. That was an amazing thing to witness. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new world champions, Maggie McNeil and Tori Haas.
What a race, what a result. And 2 worthy champions there. Tori Haas with her 2nd gold medal of the evening. There's a lot to get excited about here, and this next race will be no exception. The men's 50 metres butterfly, and will it be a breakthrough gold for Trinidad and Tobago, because Dylan Carter is one of the favourites. This will be exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the final of the men's 50 meters butterfly. Swimming in lane 8, representing Estonia, Daniel Zaitsev.
He won a swim-off to compete in this final. Daniel Zaitsev getting Estonia into their first final here in Melbourne.
Tongzi Wei of Singapore, 25-year-old. He was the silver medalist in the 50 at the Commonwealth Games.
In lane 7, representing Germany, Marius Kusch.
Kusch from Germany, the 29-year-old, placed 4th in this event back in 2018.
Representing South Africa,
Chad Leclos has won 10 gold medals at World Short Course Championships. 5 silver and 3 bronze. He's in 2.
The 42-year-old Nicolas Santos competing at his last World Championships, a 3-time winner of this event.
Representing Switzerland,
Noah Ponti of Switzerland, bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in the 100.
In lane 5, representing Trinidad and Tobago, Dylan Carter.
Carter in 5, undefeated, and the overall World Cup winner this year.
And in lane 4, representing Hungary, Sebastian Szabo.
And Sebastian Szabo in 4th. He shares the world record with Santos, who's swimming out of lane number 6. 6th in Budapest and 4th at the last Short Course Championships in Abu Dhabi. It's a red-hot field for the men's 50 metres butterfly final, with the joint record holders Santos and Szabo in 6 and 4. Dylan Carter from Trinidad and Tobago, a chance for gold in lane 5.
This one's going to be tight. Just 0.3 of a second separates the best times across all 8 finalists here. 2 world record holders in the field, 2 former champions as well. They're taking their time to get behind the blocks. There's Szabo, the fastest of them all.
Away, Szabo flew off the blocks there. Lane number 4, Carter going nicely as well. And down there in lane number 6, it's Santos, the 42-year-old. As they turn at the halfway point, Szabo it is who leads. And in lane number 1, it's the swimmer from Singapore. He's not out of it, Chong. As they bring it home now, we watch the world record as well. And what a performance. It is by Santos, the veteran, the old man. He wins again, and he honors the champion.
goes out on a high. He called it before tonight's race. This will be his last World Champs, and he takes this 50 butterfly for the 4th time in his career. A World Championship career spanning 20 years since Moscow 2002. There he is, 3rd from the bottom of screen. He was 2nd at the 25-metre mark. Sabo flew out there. So quick off the blocks is Sebastian Sabo. This is coming into the turn. They were very tightly packed. Santos there in that blue suit, but he had a powerful underwater kick, and he absolutely nailed the finish. There he is, 3rd from the right. He's only slightly ahead, but he comes in a little bit of a glide. Seong from Singapore on the left of the screen was having a good swim as well, but just got out-touched. And 21.78 for Santos. He put everything into that last stroke, resets his own championship record in the 2nd fastest time he's ever swum in his life at 42. Let's go again, Nicholas. Let's go again. Put it best in 2 years.
Oh, what do they put in his water? 42 years of age, 3/100ths of a second outside the world record he shares with Sebastian Sabo. And he wins this title for the 4th time. Why retire?
Interestingly, the result is not yet official. Unusual for a butterfly race. They might be checking the 15-metre mark, but the Brazilians, the coaching staff, they're really pleased with that result. That finish once again. The black cap of Santos. Ponti in that red cap touched him for 3rd. 2nd, was Ponti. Sabo for 3rd.
And it's all clear. Santos confirmed as the gold medalist here in a championship record time over Ponti and Szabo.
Well, Nicholas, congratulations. You did it again, 4 times world champion in that event, and you're 42. No sign of slowing down.
Yeah, 4 times world champion. It's 2 world record holder in this event. So I'm really happy, excited to be here. And the boys are getting fast.
They are getting fast. It was a big final, but 0.3 off your own world record. What always impresses me is you're so consistent over such a long time. Like, how do you keep that going?
Yeah, I try to fix all the dive, for example, prelim, semi-final, and final. I try to fix something, especially in the second 25 underwater kick. So I did almost my best time, and I'm really, really happy.
I tell you what, we're happy for you as well. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, world champion, Nicholas Santos.
We have 15-year-old world champions on many occasions. We saw Melia winning at 15. Well, 27 years beyond that, this fellow Nicholas Santos is still winning. And the Brazilians have a tendency to do that. They produce swimmers who keep going and going and going well into their 30s. In this occasion, it's into the 40s.
Incredible from Nicholas Santos.
An amazing performance. Let's pause for a medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100-meter backstroke. The medals will be presented by Australian Olympic Committee President, Mr. Ian Chesterman. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Australia, Isaac Cooper. Winner of the silver medal, representing Italy, Lorenzo Mora. World champion and winner of the gold medal, representing United States of America, Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy in a championship record time. He has been consistently around the top of the international tree for a long, long time now. And he claims his 2nd gold medal of the evening, his 1st individual medal of the championships.
Yeah, Murphy's got medals. The short course world champs from back in 2012. Istanbul as a 17-year-old. Got a bronze in the 200 backstroke there. Isaac Cooper at 18. Let's see what he can do over the next few years. Breakout swim from Cooper, 49.5. And Mora, the Italian, 49.0. Huge swim. He'll be one of the main threats for gold in the 50 backstroke, but this man, Ryan Murphy, Captain Murphy, captain of the United States swimming team. And he swam courageously tonight, out fast, held on. 2 gold medals, as you mentioned, world record in the relay earlier. What a second night of racing for Ryan Murphy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of United States of America. Melbourne, give it up for your medalists.
So the United States celebrating another victory, having won the 4x50 metres medley relay, the first event of the night, and the second time we've heard the American national anthem here this evening. We will hear it again, in fact, for the women's 50 metres butterfly. We'll have 2 anthems. And I reckon it'll be Canada first by alphabetical order. Canada and the United States, McNeil and Husk. But Ryan Murphy winning this title for the second time, and the Americans have won it over the past 3 championships, with Shane Cassis taking it in Abu Dhabi 12 months ago.
Yeah, and that time from Murphy puts him into as the second fastest man in history, behind Coleman Stewart, another American who broke that world mark 12 months ago, but not selected to compete here at these championships in Melbourne. With the quirky United States team selection, where they choose their team for this meet based off the long course rankings from this year. Even though this is a short course event, they pick their long course swimmers, so no Coleman Stewart. Murphy moves second on those all-time rankings, ahead of Kalashnikov, Cassis, Relov, Zhu, Rivas, a host of big names in there, past and present.
Yes, it was an exciting race. Well done, Ryan Murphy. We've got one more final remaining. It's the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the swimmers in the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. In lane 8, representing New Zealand, Fairweather, Dean, Osborne, and Heath.
We see Erica Fairweather again. She'll lead off this New Zealand team. Deans, Osborne, and Ruby Heath.
In lane 1, representing Japan, Nana, Gabori, and Shura.
Yes, Igarashi Namba, a medalist earlier this evening, swimming the second leg, Kabori and Shirai. Lane 1.
In lane 7, representing Brazil, Balocchini, Dominic Diamante, Roncato, and Rodriguez.
The Brazilians in lane 7. Balocchini will lead them off. Rodriguez swimming the fourth leg.
Anna, Smith, Savard, Harvey, and Ruck.
Canadians look strong here, Smith. The veteran Savard swimming the second leg. Harvey and Ruck with the anchor.
In lane 6, representing People's Republic of China, Liu, Wu, Chen, and Zheng.
China in 6. They are the Olympic champions, but this is a new look Chinese team.
In lane 3, representing Netherlands, Vermeulen, Steenbergen, Hulkenberg, and De Jong.
And the Netherlands always tough in relays. In fact, they hold the world record. It was set 8 years ago. Vermeulen, Steenbergen, Hulkenberg, and De Jong.
In lane 5, representing Australia, Wilson, O'Callaghan, Neal, and Pallister.
The crowd roar for the Australians. Wilson and Neal, O'Callaghan backing up from a silver, Pallister backing up from her gold.
Representing the United States of America, Walsh, Flicken, Kimmel, and Smith.
And the United States swinging the changes from the heat swim. Leah Smith will still anchor as she did this morning. Walsh to lead off, Flickinger and Gemmel. By 200 metres. The starters in the last of the finals this evening, the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay with the United States and Australia in 4 and 5. The Netherlands, the world record holders in 3.
United States, interesting, leading off Alex Walsh as she's on screen. She'll line up next to Wilson of Australia. Two powerhouse nations going head to head once again.
Australians to be led off by Wilson. Walsh, the United States. Away, quickly off the blocks there, Igarashi of Japan in lane 1. Smith leading off Canada in 2. Vermeulen of the Netherlands in 3. Walsh of the United States, Wilson Australia in the yellow lanes. Liu of China, Boldacini of Brazil, and Fairweather, the very busy Erica Fairweather of New Zealand in lane number 8. So 200 metres each for these 4 swimmers each team, and this race is going to be fascinating as it unfolds. Canada with the early lead.
Well, the Australians on paper, they're the favourites coming into this meet in this relay, but they've been the favourites at the Long Course Worlds in Budapest and at the Olympic Games last year, and they've failed to claim the gold medal in this 4x200 free relay. So Maddie Wilson leading them off. They're leading off with one of their stronger and more experienced swimmers. She's sitting in second place right now from Rebecca Smith of Canada up there in lane 2. The Canadian team, they might be slightly stronger than the United States team on paper because they've got Taylor Ruck on the anchor leg. So Canada are close. I wouldn't discount them, but that Australian team, Wilson, she'll pass off to O'Callaghan, swimming the second leg. Already a silver medalist in the backstroke event. Neal and Pallister swimming the shortest of her races this week. Will swim the 4th leg. That's Lani Pallister back in the water again. So back to the action here. Rebecca Smith with a great lead off. She's got a beautiful long stroke. She's a really tall swimmer, well over 6 foot. And you can see that the length of her arms. Got the smoothest stroke out of anybody in the pool. They're well ahead of that world record line. That's the relay world record from the Netherlands back in 2014. It's 8 years old. 152.1 from Canada. It's a flying split from Rebecca Smith. And that's a lead off of 153.1 for Maddie Wilson, which is right on that average world record split pace if the Australian team are having one eye on that mark.
Savard swimming this second leg now for Canada. O'Callaghan in the water for Australia, holding down second and also under world record pace at the moment. The United States with Flickinger. And they are 1, 2, 3 at the moment. 4th would be China, New Zealand holding down 5th, then the Netherlands and Japan, and then Brazil. So This is the second leg, and those swimmers behind the blocks waiting for their chances. They're all rugged up. They're jumping up and down on the spot in these cold conditions. But they'll get their chance shortly. Canada still under world record pace through the 300.
Yeah, this next 100 metres is going to be important. To see what Catherine Savard, she's more of a butterfly specialist. She's filling in for this relay, and she's got to hold on. Because flying Molly O'Callaghan, we know how strong she is at the back half of her races, but she's quite inexperienced when it comes to short course freestyle. So O'Callaghan making a move now. She's moving to her left. You can see her when she swings towards the right of screen, pulling away from the United States through that 50 metres there. And that lead's been cut down to just 0.5 of a second.
Canada leading. Really good swim this by O'Callaghan. Closing the gap in lane 5. The United States with Flickinger. And in the middle of that trio, you've got the Netherlands as well with Steenbergen. So they'll come down to the halfway shortly. No longer under world record pace. And the Australians take over the lead. The Australians leading at the halfway mark thanks to Molly O'Callaghan. In goes Leah Neal. Canada have Harvey in the water. In third place, the United States with Gemmell. And then it's Hulkenberg of the Netherlands.
Oh, beautiful last 50 there from O'Callaghan. She took over the Canadian team and extended that lead to give Leah Neal a bit of clean water in there. So Neal for the Australian team. She's a body length in front, but moving nicely is Erin Gemmell from the United States. They both go past the Canadian team. That's Harvey in the water for Canada, more known as an individual medley swimmer. She'll hang tough, but there's some real class in the water with Emma Gemmell. Erin Gemmell chasing down Leah Neal.
And the last leg for the United States will be swum by Leah Smith and Lani Pallister for Australia. So they were engaged in a battle earlier this evening, and it looks like it might come down to the final leg of the relay as well. The gap is closing right up. Australia in front from the United States, and then Canada, fourth with the Netherlands at the moment.
Oh, this next 75 is going to be important. Neal's got to try and break away and give a lead to Pallister. Pallister, more known for a longer distance, so she's going to anchor this team. And it's been a really strong performance from Gemmell, the 17-year-old American, hanging tough on that lane road next to Neal. She's not letting her get away, just as Canada fall back ever so slightly. And they are back under world record pace again. So if Neal and Pallister can split 152s, they will break the world mark. And Neal is trying to break away from the American swimmer now.
Neal has responded. She's just hanging on to that lead. Any lead going to the last leg is a good one. Australia under world record pace. So too the United States. An excellent swim this by Gemmell. They've cleared out. Canada losing a bit of ground now, back in third place. We're into the last leg now. 600 gone. In goes Lani Pallister. 2 gold medals already. Looking for a third in the relay. That was a good changeover. Leah Smith, United States, and Taylor Ruck of Canada.
Yeah, great last finish there for Leah Neal. Gives Pallister a handy buffer that leads over 1 second. And look at that world record line. It's well past Pallister's feet. So the Australian women having another strong performance. Taylor Ruck's moving through at the top of screen, but it's going to be too far for Ruck to try and chase down Pallister. Pallister with clean water in front of her.
As they turn now and bring it back down to the far end of the pool here. They've travelled 675. They'll be getting to within 100 metres of the finish shortly. Under world record pace, Pallister of Australia. And she continues to lead. The United States in second, Canada in third. And they're inside the last 100 now, and Pallister's opened up the lead.
Yeah, she certainly has. Ruck moving past the United States in that battle for silver, but all eyes on the Australian team, and Pallister racing for a third gold of the meet. He's well in front of that world record line, 2 seconds in front of that world mark. The Australians are on track to smash it, and they don't have some of their strongest swimmers here racing in Melbourne. 1.87 seconds. Pallister's got clean water in front of her.
And she's got just over 25 to swim. Lani Pallister, what a world championship she's having. She turns to the roar of the crowd. She's bringing it home now. She's well under world record pace. Canada in the silver medal position over the United States. And it's a gold to Australia. world record to boot. Canada take the silver, the United States the bronze. Lani Pallister makes it 3 from 3.
World record for Australia. They back up the performance from the 4x100 free relay last night with a squad of 4 new swimmers. And they smashed that world mark here in the long relay. Pallister claims her 3rd gold. Wilson, O'Callaghan and Neil all doing their part for this team. And the Australians, aren't they having a magnificent meet here in Melbourne?
Another relay, another world record. All 4 of them have gone here. And the Australians make it 3 golds on night 2.
Yeah, O'Callaghan, that was a key split there, finishing off that second leg. That's when the lead changed. Canada just relinquished that lead to the Australian team. Swimming in that 3rd spot, the experienced Leah Neal. She gets her chance to deliver in finals, does Leah Neal. And she swam a really clutch 1:52 8-second split to give a handy lead to Pallister. She finished off, boy, she's having a good meet here in Melbourne. 1:52.2 for Pallister. And she now has medals over the 200, the 400 and the 800 freestyle distance. The Australian women's team strong across all strokes, all distances. It's never been harder to break onto the Australian team than it is in 2022. 5 gold medals now. They top the medal tally at the end of night 2.
Well, Lani Pallister's waited for a meet like this when everything was in place for exceptional performances, and she's done it. Australia in a world record time, 7:30.87, taking gold in the 4x2 freestyle from Canada and the USA.
I tell you what, it's a bit chilly out here. Just bring those jackets in. Come on, guys. There you go. Get yourselves warmed up. Should be. You've just got another world record, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest, they deserve some jackets. Maddie, I'm going to start with you. There's obviously a lot of emotion going on over here. You know, what's going on up there? It's obviously very overwhelming, but 2 world records in 2 days.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just, really happy, and it hasn't been the easiest prep, so I'm just excited that we managed to do something unbelievable and something pretty unexpected.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I know everyone here and everyone watching at home is proud of you. Molly, again, 2 for 2. You had an amazing crowd cheering you guys on. 2 seconds off the world records. We knew it was achievable, but did you know you could do that?
I think we can always know that we're going to do it. We have such an amazing team, and I think we all did so well, even after backing up after multiple events. I'm just excited and I'm very happy.
And it was an amazing team as well. We had some women swimming the heats this morning. You gave you guys a chance to rest and pull out some amazing performances.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't do this unless we have a heats team, and I was fortunate enough to be a part of that. So, yeah, amazing.
And one last question, Lani. All these people came out to see you, cheer you on. Anything you want to say to them?
Thank you guys for coming. I hope the rest of the week is as fun as it has been the first couple of days. But massive thank you to Laura, Britt and Meg who swam the heats this morning. As Leah said, we wouldn't be here without them, and it's just super exciting to have another gold medal for Australia.
Well, you've done it again, and I tell you what, here's another check for $25,000 US. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Team Australia! Maddie Wilson, Leah Neal, and Lani Pallister
is being written. $25,000 US. They might be regretting this with the records falling the way they are in the relays. 4 relays and 4 world records, and plenty to wave that flag about. And Dawn Fraser enjoying it all. She's rugged up. She is a tough lady. Pretty cold in the stands, but she's been cheering the Australians on And there's been a lot to cheer about. We're going to move along to medal ceremonies now. The next of them, the women's 50 metres butterfly, where we'll have 2 national anthems being played.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 50-metre butterfly. The medals will be presented by World Aquatics Vice President, Ms. Zhu Shihong. Winner of the bronze medal, representing People's Republic of China, Zhang Yufei. World champion and winner of the gold medal, representing Canada, Maggie McNeil. World champion and winner of the gold medal, representing United States of America, Tori Husk.
So, dead heating. For the gold medal, Tori Husk and Maggie McNeil. United States and Canada. And Zhang it is who claims the bronze medal. And receiving her copy of the Indigenous artwork that's presented to all the medalists.
Personal best for Zhang there. She moves into equal 9th fastest of all time in this event. And also personal best times for our gold medalists, Husk and McNeil, 24.64. They sit at equal at the 8th fastest performer in history and getting awfully close to that world mark, 24.38 from Therese Alshamar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of Canada, followed by United States of America.
First of the 2 national anthems here, now the United States. Melbourne, give it up for your medalists. Well, it was fitting, if we were to have a dead heat, that it was between this pair, Tori Husk, having won the world title in this event in Budapest, and Maggie McNeil winning the Olympic title in Tokyo. So the two champions from the world titles and the Olympics sharing the title here. Tori Husk collects another gold medal. So Ryan Murphy doubling up this evening, and so too Tori Husk, the United States, both members of that relay team. Interestingly, the first time Canada has taken gold in this event at world titles, and for the United States, Tori Husk is only the second swimmer to win gold in this. They've won it now 4 times, but Jenny Thompson it was, the great Jenny Thompson, who won the first 2 editions in this event in Hong Kong and Athens in 1999 and 2000. And then in Indianapolis, she won it again. So she's won it 3 times. Husk becomes the second American winner.
Yeah, very unusual to have a tie for gold at the World Championship level. I don't think it's ever happened before in the individual events. This is the finish now. McNeil in that black cap, or Husk there, both in the black caps. Tying Zhang there in the white cap, second from the bottom. Tight, just as we saw in the men's event. Nothing separates the finishers when it comes to the 50 fly and 50 breast, but they've got to touch the wall with both hands at the same time. The timing's more important than anything else. McNeil, she's got every crown there is to win. Long course and short course world titles, Olympic gold medal.
It's been quite a night for the Australian contingent, celebrating win after win after win. And they are hanging around because we have 2 more ceremonies to come, and Australia will feature in the last of them. The next, though, is it's going to be special for the 42-year-old. The men's 50 metres butterfly, Nicholas Santos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 50-metre butterfly. The medals will be presented by World Aquatics Bureau member, Mr. Balazs Vuresh, and IOC Athletes Commission member and Olympic champion, Mr. Daniel Goethe. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Hungary, Sebastian Szabó. Winner of the silver medal, representing Switzerland, Noam Ponti. World champion and winner of the gold medal, representing Brazil, Nicholas Santos.
Nicholas Santos, he's been here once or twice or thrice before. His 4th win in this event. And he's probably coming into his prime now at 42 years of age.
13th in this event, back at the 2002 Moscow World Short Course Championships. First got onto the podium in 2004, claiming the bronze there. And he won gold in 2012 Istanbul for the first time.
Ponti, the silver medalist, was barely out of nappies when we called that win in Moscow in 2001. 2002, of course, it was 20 years ago.
Well, Ponti's only 21 years of age, so he was definitely still in nappies. I know a thing or two about that at the moment.
You need to see a doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Brazil.
story of longevity and brilliance. Nicholas Santos, a world champion again. He's indicated these will be his last world championships. But boy, his form indicates he could keep going. It's not just about championships though for swimmers, is it? This is the icing on the cake. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of training that goes into it, and that's what I suppose doesn't get so enjoyable as the years tick by.
Yeah, it's a 24/7 job, especially when you get to that age. Your sleep, your nutrition, gym workouts, as well as your swim training becomes so important. Santos seems to have found the perfect combination. And he's a family man as well. He's got young kids back in Brazil. So he mixes that all in. He's taking care of his family. He runs a swimming coaching business as well. So a successful entrepreneur and professional swimmer is Nicholas Santos. Why not? Why couldn't he keep going?
He's a huge name when it comes to the World Championships, but of course the 50 butterfly is not part of the Olympic program, and that's why perhaps he doesn't have the profile of some of the other swimmers who compete more regularly on the international scene.
Yeah, he's made 2 Olympic Games in his history in the 50 freestyle, but you know how strong those Brazilians are in all the 50-meter races, especially the freestyle with Bruno Fratis, Cesar Cielo. Made it hard for Santos to crack a spot on those Olympic teams, but he's found his niche at these short course world championships and long course world champs as well. He's got plenty of medals at that level. There's the touch there. He was long on the finish. Good enough to take the gold, just 3/100ths of a second outside his own world mark. And he was as surprised as anybody.
And particularly given the finish that he had, he could have lost that on the touch.
Well, we said in the call that the swimmer from Singapore in 1 looked to be ahead, but had a big old glide into the wall. Seong touched 4th. So we have seen swimmers lose it in the past on that last stroke. Not this time for Santos.
Okay, we have one more ceremony still to go, and these youngsters will be excited because it'll be an Australian gold medal presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. The medals will be presented by World Aquatics Bureau member, Mr. Josip Vavodic. World Aquatics Bureau member, Mr. Gilles Sezionale. And Masters Swimming Australia, Ms. Sarah Pisterman. Winners of the bronze medal, United States of America. Walsh, Flickinger, Gemmell, Smith. Winners of the silver medal, Canada. Smith, Savard, Harvey, Rock. Winners of the gold medal and world champions with a new world record, Australia. Wilson O'Callaghan, Neil Pallister.
What a performance by the Australians. Challenged by the United States for the first half of the race. Molly O'Callaghan got a little break for the Australians. And then they set it up for Lani Pallister to swim a strong anchor leg. She's the first to receive her gold medal, and they were able to bring it home. In the meantime, Canada got themselves over the top of the USA to claim the silver medal.
Yeah, strong all-round performance there from these 4 women on screen. Wilson and O'Callaghan are part of that World record-breaking team last night in the 4x100 freestyle relay. So what a big 2 nights of relay swimming it's been for those two. Saw how emotional Maddie Wilson was in that interview. All the rewards of a tough 2022 starting to pay off here in Melbourne. And Pallister, 3 golds, 2 individual, 1 relay. She's got 1 to come, potentially to come in the 1500 freestyle. What a star she's
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia. Melbourne, give it up for our medalists.
It's been quite a night for the Australian team. Lani Pallister winning the 800 metres freestyle. Kaylee McEwen in the 100 backstroke. And now this quartet taking out the 4x200 metres freestyle relay in a world record time.
4 out of 4 world records have gone down in these relay events here in Melbourne. What's on the schedule tomorrow for the relays? There's relays every day of the week here at these World Championships. It's the men's and women's 4x50 metre freestyle relay. The Australian women, yeah, they'll have a strong team. Emma McKeon, Meg Harris, Wilson, O'Callaghan. Peter Bishop there, loving the Australian gold medal here, standing next to Dawn Fraser. Bishop's the coach of Maddie Wilson. Cole Chalmers, Matt Temple as well. Strong team forming in Adelaide.
On a way to finish the program on night 2 for the Australians. And their supporters have stayed around to enjoy the celebrations. I think it's probably time, Bobby, to relive some of the highlights tonight because there have been plenty of them.
Yeah, the mixed medley relay got things started tonight. A world record to the United States, led off by Ryan Murphy and anchored by Tori Husk. What a performance to convincingly win gold in that mixed relay. Lani Pallister, her second individual gold medal. She took out the women's 800 freestyle. She dominated that field, leading from start to finish to post the 8th fastest time in history. In the women's 100 backstroke, it was gold again for Australia. Gold and silver, in fact. Kaylee McEwen taking out her pet event, the 100 back ahead of Molly O'Callaghan. And not to be outdone, the return of Ryan Murphy. He steps on top of the podium again in the men's 100 backstroke, scaring this world record. His time 48.5, the second fastest in history. The women's 50 fly, what an exciting race that was. A dead heat for gold. McNeil and Tori Husk tying there in the women's 50 fly just ahead of Zhang Yufei. They couldn't believe their eyes to share the top of the podium. And the amazing, the everlasting Nicholas Santos, 42 years of age, gliding into the wall and stroking to his 4th gold medal in this event in World Championship history, continuing to reset the record books. And the Australian team, world record again. We just saw them receive their gold medals. What a performance from the Australian women.
Well, we'll have a sleep and then we'll be back to do it all again tomorrow. We've got heats coming up tomorrow morning. This is what will take place. A busy morning. More freestyle relays, the women's 4x50 and the men's 4x50 as well. And also the 100 individual medleys. Boy, they are short and sharp. So plenty of the shorter events tomorrow. A busy, busy program ahead of us. What a night it's been. 3 gold medals to Australia, 3 to the United States, 1 to Canada and 1 to Brazil. I hope you've enjoyed the action. We certainly have, and we look forward to your company for day 3 tomorrow here at the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre.